So tomorrow, the game is finally happening. It is finally happening between Diana Taurasi and Caitlin Clark. The game is finally happening. Before we get on to it, though, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to hit 14.1 thousand subscribers as soon as possible. If we do that, that would be insane. Obviously, we're probably not going to hit 15k by the end of the month, but again, that is a absolute crazy goal, but why not? Why not set it? But we're going to be live streaming this game, and it's going to be such an interesting game mainly because of one interview. And a lot of people are expecting different things from this game. And it really goes down to, if you guys watched the UConn versus Iowa game, like all the UConn players were talking the whole time about how she wasn't that good, how Paige Beckers was better. And I think that you can have an opinion. I don't think it's a crazy opinion to think Paige Beckers is better, but like they were all in a unanimous agreement that that was the case. Obviously UConn bias, but this is the quote that has really got people riled up. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, like Diana Taurasi was just giving Caitlin Clark advice." This is not advice. Like this is 100% like I'm not gonna say it's not correct what she said, but like I don't think you'd see an NBA player saying that about Wembanyama. And also the fact that people are like using this as a thing, being like, "Oh, Taurasi's right," even though she's had one of the best starts to a rookie career of a guard ever. But the quote is, "Reality is coming. You look superhuman playing against some 18-year-olds, but you're going to come play with some grown women that have been playing pro basketball for a long time." I mean, she's shooting better. She's shooting very decent percentages on the season. She's passing the ball equally as well as she did at Iowa. She's playing better defense than I thought she was going to. And this is all with an incompetent coach. I think Caitlin Clark, the scoring hasn't translated. Everything else is translated. Everything else is translated for Caitlin Clark. But that is where it all started. So obviously, Diana Taurasi plays in the Mercury. They've got Brittany Griner back. And look, they looked all right when Kat Copper was playing. But this is a team that is way too good to be 9-8. I'm just saying. They have beaten some of the best teams in the WNBA. They've struggled against some of the weaker teams. Like, they beat the Aces without Brittany Griner. And then they have... They might have lost to the Wings early in the year. I can't remember, but like... They're 9-8. And this is they're playing a few weaker teams. Like, look, they haven't played the Sky yet. They haven't played the Fever yet. I don't know how many times they played. I think they played the Sparks a couple of times. I think they played the Sparks last night. And Diana Taurasi made sure yesterday to go out of her way to run up and hug Rakia Jackson. Like, that just me. I think it's just one of two things going to happen. And then obviously yesterday, they won comfortably. Diana Taurasi had 26 and 5 3-pointers. She's had like her 80th game of 5 3-pointers. Look, she's one of the greatest of all time. I don't really like Diana Taurasi, just the person, just from everything I've ever seen of Diana Taurasi over the years. But to say Diana Taurasi is not one of the 3 greatest female players of all time, to try disrespect that is just completely crazy. But when it comes to Diana Taurasi, I think it's either going to go one of two ways. I think one of two things is going to happen. Like, this is what people, like, genuinely, I've read it so many places. One of two things is going to happen. Either this is going to be like a passing of the torch moment. It's a really good game. Caitlin Clark steps up. Taurasi does what she does. And it's like, regardless of the score in the game, it really is like the two players embrace each other. You've got the GOAT versus what looks like somebody who may, in fact, be in that future GOAT conversation, all if everything goes to plan. And you're looking at that, and it's like, okay, it could end up like that, or there's gonna be a brawl. There's no in between. There's no in between. It's either gonna be this great passing of the torch moment game, or there's going to be a brawl. Like, if you know anything about Taurasi is the biggest cheap shot artist in the history of women's basketball. Taurasi could hit Caitlin Clark with 3 basketball plays and take her out of this game. Like, it wouldn't, like, Taurasi literally, while in the middle of a game during trash as a way to get in someone's head, literally walked up and kissed somebody. She kissed somebody in the middle of a game. Like, she is, like, if you want to talk about, like, people are talking about, oh, this Angel Reese taunting and, like, toxicity in some players. No. Taurasi is a cheap shot artist. There are compilations of stuff Taurasi's done on the floor. Like, she's Taurasi. That's the only way to describe it. She is Diana Taurasi. Recently enough, she's been shaking the cobwebs, and I don't think after the way she's been playing the last couple of games, I don't think it's fair to call her Diana Taurasi anymore. But, yeah, this is going to go one of two ways. And also, you have to take into account the Team USA thing. Diana Taurasi, I think, is a major reason why Caitlin Clark did not make that team. In a hypothetical situation, where, let's just say, the Caitlin Clark hype isn't where the Caitlin Clark hype was, and Paige Beckers had not gotten injured in, was it 2 years in college she missed? She didn't get injured. And Caitlin Clark's still a really good rookie, but Paige Beckers is still the more hyped rookie, probably doesn't reach the current heights currently of Caitlin Clark, and you could maybe even argue that Caitlin Clark was better than Paige Beckers. They go at each other. Sometimes Paige wins. One year Paige might win. 1 year Caitlin wins. And it's thereabouts. But the initial celebrity of Paige Beckers makes her the first pick. Or heck, even if it's an equal celebrity and Paige Beckers the second pick, Paige Beckers is going to be on that team because she was in UConn. And I think in a hypothetical situation where Caitlin Clark goes to UConn, like, I think she's on that team too. And obviously, like, Gino will do everything he can as well, the UConn coach, to be little Caitlin Clark. And I think a big reason for that is that there is some, like, not even resentment, there's some regret in the fact that Caitlin Clark wanted to go to UConn and they turned her down. Like, they turned Caitlin Clark down, and Caitlin Clark became the superstar at Iowa and beat them with Iowa. But yeah, it is going to be, there's a lot of storylines going into this game, and it's going to be a really interesting one. It's going to be a very, very interesting one. And I think this is going to be one of the more hyped up games. Other than Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese Part 3, the last one, I think this is probably going to be the most hyped game of the WNBA season. So anyway, yeah, what do you think happens? I think, look, the Mercury are going to win this game. The Mercury are going to win this game. And the reason why the Mercury are going to win this game is the Mercury are just better. The Mercury are straight up better than the Fever. The Fever suck. The Fever absolutely suck. The Mercury are a better team. So, look, it is what it is. And hopefully, it's a good game anyway, at least. Hopefully it's interesting. And I would much rather see it as a passing the torch moment. Although, for my own wallet, if there's a brawl, I can make 15 videos on the brawl. That would be great too.